So can you see the product data in SQL Server and the same product data in Excel? So in this example, you are going to learn how to connect SQL Server database directly into your Excel file. Let's get started. Hello everyone. Welcome once again to beginner to advanced Excel tutorial by Slidescope. And in this tutorial, you are learning about how to connect SQL database data in MS Excel. And in this example, we are going to consider a SQL Server database. We will connect it with Microsoft Excel and we will use Power Query editors to merge some queries and we'll see its use. Now, in order to connect with a SQL Server database, some credentials are required. So if your database is hosted on a particular server, then you must know the host of that server. Host is basically an IP address or a web address where you will host your database, a username and password that will access the database or that has the access to the database at least with read permissions, a database name to which you want to connect, because in your server there can be n number of databases. So for example, we have SQL Server Management Studio installed in our computer, and on SQL Server Management Studio we have some sample databases installed or created, and here is a very famous Northwind database by Microsoft. So if you will simply type Northwind SQL Server database download, then you will get the sample database for ADO.NET Code examples, and you can get the Northwind sample database. So Northwind is a sample superstore, and you will get this file and you can copy all of this and you can create a new database, and from here you can run a new query, paste that query and run, and you will have your data installed. So in our case the database is already created, and in the database there are these tables. So as Northwind is a sample superstore database, we have categories of products that Northwind traders are selling. So these are the categories. Then we have customer information, customers who are buying products from this trading company. We have information of employees who are taking orders of these customers. Then we have order details, and these order details are actually coming from orders table. So order table is like a order master which is recording orders of every customer. So 10248 ordered by a customer ID Vinet, taken by employee ID 5, and ship via 3, which is the shipper ID. So this is the ID of shipper, and this way all of this is happening. Like if you will go to shipper, you will see shipper ID 3 belongs to federal shipping. So all of these tables are somehow interrelated, like orders and order detail are interrelated with order ID. So in order details you will find order ID. There are many order IDs available. That means in order ID 10248 three products are ordered, and in the products table you will see the information of product ID, like to which product ID this product belongs. So we also have the same database in MySQL, where I will simply show you the designer, and if I show it in full screen then you will be able to see the relationship between them. Okay, so this is the simple ER diagram. So just forget about product. So you can see products and categories have category ID in common. Products and order details have, so if you will consider product and order details, so product ID is common between them. Okay, you can see shippers and ship via are connected with each other. Customer ID from orders is connected to customers. You can forget about this as well. You can forget about price stock. These tables are all of use. So first I am explaining the relationship between these tables here so that you can simply understand. So in order to understand the relationship, put orders and order details in middle, okay, close to each other, then customers, then shippers, and then, so from orders, customers and shippers are connected, and orders are taken by employees. So employees are connected. So we can put it like this simply. Okay. This is only done to explain you the relationship between these tables. Then with order details, you can join products. With products, you can join categories. So let's put suppliers on top and like this. So this is a simple diagram that you have to remember. Let me take the screenshot. I will share it with you in the resources section. So after understanding the relationship between these tables, we can now close this, and you can take that screenshot as well. Pause the screen, take the screenshot, try to understand the relationship. So you will understand that categories and products are connected with each other. Okay. Order ID and order details are connected with each other. Now, one simple thing is how we can import these tables in Excel and how we can merge them together. Okay. So since I am using localhost, let me open Excel, and in Excel, when you will go to the data tab, you will see different data source options. So you can actually connect with many different type of data sources with Excel. Here go to get data, and from here go to from database and select from SQL Server. So as I told you, it will ask you for host, username, password and database. So in our case, SQL Server is installed in and running on this particular host, which is the computer name and SQL Express /SQL Express. So this is something that you find at the time of installation of SQL Server, and when you will install SQL Server, you will get these credentials. If your database is running on an actual server, a web server, so you will have an host IP address, a host username, a password and database name which your server administrator will provide you. Now go to Excel and just copy the server name and database name, which is Northwind, because we directly want to connect with this database. Simply click OK. When you will click OK, it may ask for authentication because I have previously connected with SQL Server, so it has not asked for authentication. At the authentication screen, you have to choose Windows authentication if you are connecting with Windows authentication. Otherwise, you can use your ID and password, the username and password there. So here for simplicity, I will connect product and category. So first I will connect product, and then I will simply transform data. When you will go to transform data, it will actually open Power Query editor for you. And in Power Query Editor, you can see product ID, product name, supplier ID, category ID, all the columns are viewable. The most important thing is when we, you know, because the relationship was already there in our database in SQL Server, that's why we can see categories, order details, and suppliers table also here. Because if you see that diagram, if you look at that diagram once again, so if you will see this diagram once again, product table is connected with order details, product table is connected with suppliers, and product table is also connected with categories. But even if you want to connect with another table, so there is one more way. You can click on new source, database, SQL Server, and you can follow the same process once again. Like you can copy your, you know, server, your database name, and there from there which table do you want to connect. Like for example, we want to connect categories. Okay, and now you have these two tables. So as you can see, in categories you can see products, and in products you can see categories, but we want to merge them also. So we want to merge them together and create a third table where we will just see product name and unit price and the category name. So here we have the category ID. From this we will connect with, you know, with a categories table and gets its name. So select any one of the table. In the home tab, go to merge queries, or let me click again. Click on this and click on merge queries and new. And this means a new query will be created, a new table will be created. On all these tables or queries that we are creating will become table in our Excel file. So this is the second table that we want to connect is products. From here, category ID and product ID are common. And the type of join is left outer. That means all from first matching from second. Okay. So this way we can connect as a left outer join, inner join, right join. So we will connect as an inner join. The selection matches 8 of 8 rows from the first table and 8 of 77 rows from the second. Let's click OK, and then you will see this. So what we will do, we will delete this relationship and we will actually connect with product because we want to see all 77. Obviously, if we will choose different type of joins, we can do the same thing. So you will merge queries as new categories, and from here category ID, inner join. Now you will see 77 of 77 rows, and now you have the data. Here you are actually seeing the category ID, okay? But from and categories as a table. So what we will do from categories, we will select, unselect everything and select only the category name or maybe description. So this way you will get only two columns from that table. Supplier is something we will remove, orders, categories, discontinue, we will delete all of them. Deliver units on order, units on stock, this, 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 everything we will remove and keep only those columns which we need. So this is our third table, and we can rename it as broadcat or whatever you want to write. Broadcat means product in category. Now when you will close and load, you will see now you have the broadcat data. You have three queries, okay? The category, the broadcat. So you will have the categories table where you can see all categories. You have the products table where you can see the information of all products, like their name, their price, everything. And the broadcat table where you can actually see the different product names and the different category names. Again, you can click here and sort A to Z to group products on the basis of their category. If you want to filter them, obviously you can see all beverages, all condiments, all confections. So this is your join. And now you can save your Excel, and we will say SQL server Northwind Prodcat. So this way we know that we have the product and category data. Let's delete sheet, the unnecessary sheet. So this is how you can actually connect with a live data set, which is your SQL Server database with Excel. I hope you liked the simple tutorial. Please follow the series for more tutorials like this. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.